Okay. Good morning, everyone. Start करें. Okay. Chalo. So yesterday we have completed another topic. So let's start with the fresh topic called financial forensics and forensic audit techniques. So far you already got an idea. What do you mean by forensic audit? First of all, tell me, what do you understand by the term called forensic audit? Huh? We have spent almost 3 days on that. What do you mean by forensic audit? Is it the use of accounting and auditing knowledge or accounting, auditing plus investigative knowledge? Investigative knowledge, including accounting and auditing. So when we do the auditing and accounting of a company with a suspicious mind and alert mind right from the day one, that is called which audit? Forensic audit. And we know that forensic audit generally takes place when the frauds and errors have taken place, and frauds and errors ke major reasons you all know, triangle. If you remember yesterday we have done triangle. That is, one is called opportunities. Okay. So now what we are going to start is कि financial forensics is a field that combines accounting and what? Investigation. So what do you mean by financial forensics? So it is a field where the what and what are going to join? Accounting is going to join with what? Investigation. Okay. One of the main purposes of financial forensic is discovering and gathering the evidences of the criminal activity involving what? Money. They investigate the individuals and organizations' finances to determine the truth about how they manage them, and financial forensic professionals help prevent the financial crime and recover the asset. Let me tell you one thing. Actually, this is not what happens in the financial forensics. Let me tell you, in the financial forensics, there are two types. One is the financial forensics which we do after the fraud has happened. One is the financial forensics which we do when the company has a suspicion. So this financial forensics what we are talking about is when the company already has a suspicion कि some frauds and errors are happening in the organization. उसे हम लोग forensic audit बोलते हैं. What do we call it as? This is called financial forensic. इसे forensic accounting बोलते हैं. तो basically forensic audit is when we came across that कि fraud has happened. उस केस में you can't recover the money. You can only help the company in making them understand how the fraud has happened. But in this particular case, when the company has a suspicion, say for example, company already knows that ki 1 or 2,000 crores are missing, and it has, if it will be overlooked again, the scope of the fraud is going to be bigger. तो कंपनी ने हायर कर लिया फोरेंसिक प्रोफेशनल को. तो इन द फोरेंसिक प्रोफेशनल, नाउ रीड द सेकंड पॉइंट अगेन. They what? Investigate individuals and organization finances to determine the truth about how they manage them. Financial forensic professional help what? Prevent the financial crime. So what is the difference between the forensic audit and financial forensic you found? Forensic audit mein you prevent it or you detect it? You detect it. But here you are helping them in preventing it and recover the lost asset. Financial forensic professionals also work with investors to find the investment opportunity. Let me give you one thing. Actually, the only concept what you are looking at is fraud, fraud and fraud everywhere. That's the reason we are doing the forensic audit. But like that, it is not the scenario. Forensic audit had different uses also. Let me give you one of the biggest uses. Say for example, there is one big partnership firm which wanted me as an incoming partner. As a which partner? So they told me कि sir, you have to bring 50 lakhs, 50 crores of goodwill, you have to bring 50 crores of capital share, and you have to bring the 50 crores of share of assets. तो उन्होंने मेरे से 150 crore rupees demand किए. How much they demanded? 150 crores. Now I as a person would love to join that firm, but before joining that firm, I would like to know why they are taking me in as an incoming partner. Why didn't they offer me this when the partnership was made, or the last year, or the last to last year? Why suddenly now they are asking me, Rohit, please come and become our partner and bring this much of money? Are you getting the point? अब यहाँ पे आके क्या होता है? Question mark आता है कि are they asking my money because they are under the debt? Do they want my money because they want to make the payments? Do they want my money because they have the income tax case going on? So for that, also I can hire the forensic professional to go to my partnership firm and do the due diligence and the forensic audit on my behalf. And once his report will come, on the basis of that, I will decide कि should I join this partnership firm or not. अब वो वहां पे जाके क्या क्या करेगा? He will check, he will do the operational due diligence, he will do the tax due diligence, and he will do the legal due diligence. What does that mean? He will go to that partnership firm and he will do the needful investigation कि whether they are under any kind of debt or not, whether they have to pay any taxes or not, because there can be 100 possibilities why they are asking him to come in. तो forensic professional and forensic auditor में difference क्या हुआ? Forensic auditor enters when the scam has happened. Forensic professional is entering when they wanted him to prevent what? Scam, and help them in detecting the areas where the loopholes of the companies are there. That is a major difference, right? Now, examples of common cases of as a financial forensic professional might work on what is the first theft? Financial theft. Now see, financial theft occurs when a customer or an employee or any individual steals the money, where steals the money from an organization. An employee, for example, might take money from cash register. A financial forensic analyst studies the events, looking for the evidence of theft in documents such as receipts, payment, and profit and loss statement. Let me give you one example of teaming and leading, if you remember. How many of you remember that example, teaming and leading? If you have an idea. बताओ sir, क्या था example? Misappropriating, diverting the money, but misappropriating the receipts of one party and meeting the deficiency of this party with the receipts of what? Another party. That is called what? Teaming and leading. Generally, financial auditor is not able to find it out. But who is able to find it out? Forensic auditor. The reason is very simple. Time binding. Who has the limited time? Financial auditor. But who does not have the time limit? Forensic auditor. So that is the area number one. What is the area number one? Financial theft. What is the second area? Securities theft हो गया मतलब in terms of shares. The fraud which is happening in terms of shares. Now see, security fraud is a type of white collar crime that typically occurs when someone presents false information to an investor. For example, a stockbroker might give misleading advice to convince a client to invest in a certain company. Both individuals and organizations such as investment banks, brokerage firms can commit securities fraud. A financial forensic professional searches through a document such as stock transaction and communication records to determine if someone committed a securities fraud or not. अच्छा, how many of you have demat account? आप ऑपरेट करते हो? हाँ, you operate in the terms of shares or mutual funds? Both. तो आपको टिप्स आते? Do you get the tips of securities? कि buy this share, this is the price, this is the stop loss, this is the profit booking, this is the target. Like that tips comes. Anybody who gets the tips? आपको टिप्स आते हैं? आपको भी टिप्स आते हैं? Did you fall into that trap? आपने कभी टिप्स फॉलो करे? आप कभी भी देखना द टिप्स व्हेन यू गेट, वो टिप्स आपको वो वाले शेयर्स के आएंगे जो दे आर नॉट एट ऑल मूविंग स्टॉक्स, दे आर नोन एज डेड स्टॉक्स. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डेड स्टॉक्स? whose purchase and sale in the market is higher or very minimum. Actually what they are doing is they already bought those shares by mistake. Just they wanted to clear off their stock, they will give you what? Tip. कि भैया आज 22 रुपीज का शेयर है. और हाँ, हमेशा देखना ये टिप आपको माइक्रो शेयर्स में आती है. माइक्रो शेयर्स मीन्स विच आर 100 बिलो व्हाट 100. तो आपको बोलेगा जैसे 75 रुपीज इज द प्राइस, टारगेट इज 150 in the next 6 months, stop loss is 67. Like that, you will seem it as a fair transaction and you will enter into the trap. But actually that is a trap set up by the brokers, trap set up by the company. क्योंकि कंपनी इफ विल सेल द शेयर्स देन ओनली दे विल गेट व्हाट? मनी. उसे हम लोग कौन सा फ्रॉड बोलते हैं? सिक्योरिटीज फ्रॉड. डिड यू गेट द पॉइंट? हियर आल्सो हु आर रिक्वायर्ड? फोरेंसिक प्रोफेशनल. तो व्हाट आर द टू एरियाज वेयर वी नीड देम सो फार? फाइनेंशियल थेफ्ट्स एज वेल एज सिक्योरिटीज फ्रॉड. व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट वन? अच्छा ये बताओ, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग क्या होता है? मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग होता है अपने अनअकाउंटेबल कैश को लेयर करना. जैसे इफ आई हैव टू टेल यू, एक सेकेंड ना. तो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इज व्हाट? रीड एवरीवन, व्हाट इज मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग? मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ व्हाट? मेकिंग द मनी अर्न थ्रू विच मेथड? Actually, this is the only place where the law is very strict, money laundering के case में. The reason being very simple, something which is unaccountable money can be used for terrorist finance also. Are you getting the point? It's not that, देखो, income tax department आपके ऊपर रेड इसलिए नहीं करता कि you have a money. If they will come to know ना कि your source is genuine, it's just that instead of bank, it is what? In cash. Sometimes they do some compromise. Are you getting the point? But if they will come to know that your source is Singapore, Mauritius, Dubai places, then in that case they are more strict. The reason being very simple. These are the nations where most of the terrorist finance takes place. So matlab we can't put the nation's security on the stake by allowing you to do the compromise. तो उसके केस में मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट हैज बीन मेड, PMLA, which I told you, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट. उसके अंदर ईडी होता है, एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टोरेट. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन? ईडी. आई थिंक आपने लॉ में भी करा होगा, ठीक है. सो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग द मनी अर्न थ्रू द इलीगल मेथड्स लुक लीगल. फॉर एग्जांपल, समवन माइट टेक स्टोलन कैश and invest it into the cash based business such as what? Restaurant. The restaurant deposits both its legal profits and illegal cash into a financial institution, allowing it to use the illegal funds. To detect money laundering, financial forensic analyst might research shell company documentation. What do you mean by shell company? शेल कंपनी होती है बोगस कंपनीज. जैसे आप देख लो इंडिया में, फॉर एवरी बिग कंपनी देयर हेड ऑफिस इज इन दुबई, सिंगापुर एंड मॉरिशस. दे आर कॉल्ड टैक्स हेवन नेशंस. व्हाट डू वी कॉल देम एज? टैक्स हेवन नेशन क्या होता है? जैसे मान लो मैं रिलायंस हूं, अब मेरे को 15,000 करोड़ का पेमेंट आना, तो आई विल नॉट टेक इट इन इंडियन करेंसी, आई विल टेक इट इन AED, अरब एमिरेट्स दिनम. वहां पे मेरा पेमेंट जाएगा, वहां से इंडिया आएगा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कैश. क्योंकि वट एवर यू पे टू अरब कंट्रीज एंड वट एवर यू गेट फ्रॉम द अरब कंट्रीज, देयर इज नो टैक्सेशन ऑन दैट. दिस इज कॉल्ड राउटिंग ऑफ द मनी. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? तो उसे बोलते हैं बाय ओपनिंग अ विच कंपनी? शेल कंपनी. डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, significant changes in income at a cash based business and inexplicable or suspicious transaction. So what are the so far the three areas we understood where the forensic professionals are required? Financial theft, securities theft, money laundering. What is the next one? Corporate valuation disputes. ये क्या होता है? What do you mean by corporate valuation disputes? आपने सुना होगा वर्ड मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन. कॉर्पोरेट, अभी ये अदानी का जो बबल बर्स्ट हुआ है, यू नो दैट अदानी 70% ऑफ द शेयर्स हैव वेंट डाउन. व्हाट वाज द मेजर रीजन बिहाइंड दैट? वाज इट अंडरवैल्यूड और ओवरवैल्यूड? ओवरवैल्यूड. पिछले 2 साल में अदानी में 650% प्रॉफिट हुआ है. आप इमेजिन कर सकते हो 650%, मतलब योर 100 रुपीज बिकेम 750. ऐसा कैसे पॉसिबल हो गया? रिलायंस जितनी बड़ी तो नहीं है, टाटा भी बैठा है, उनको तो सिर्फ 20, 40, 50% प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, और ये अकेली कंपनी एक अलग ही सीक्वेंस में चल रही है. इट वाज, यू नो, द रीजन वाज वेरी सिंपल. इंडिया में एजुकेशन इज द बिगेस्ट इग्नोरेंस फैक्टर. आपको ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि इंडिया के 70% ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स किसके हाथ में? अदानी के हाथ में, नॉट अंबानी. आप पोर्ट बिजनेस देख लो उसका, आप उसका रेलवेज बिजनेस देख लो, आप उसका एयरपोर्ट बिजनेस देख लो. एवरी पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट इज इन द हैंड्स ऑफ होम? अदानी. ड्यू टू विच ही गॉट द बैकअप ऑफ व्हाट? गवर्नमेंट. तो गवर्नमेंट ने भी इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया टेंडर्स में कि वी आर गिविंग द टेंडर टू होम? अदानी. उसके कारण न्यूज में क्या हो गया कि इट गॉट ओवरवैल्यूड कंपनी, एंड स्लोली अदानी ने एनडीटीवी को भी टेक ओवर किया. Due to the actually problem was with that person कि whatever the company was trying to clash with him, either he consumes that company or takes over that company or he buys the stake in that company. So due to that, what happened? He every morning he was not going for the shopping of clothes, he was going for the shopping of companies. तो डेली उठता था, एक कंपनी खरीद ली, ये खरीद ली, वो खरीद ली. तो slowly he created a huge impact in the market कि Adani is bigger than what? Ambani. This was the reason Ambani was reduced to the 11th spot in the world's richest person, and Adani went to what? Second spot also for some time. बट उसके बाद क्या हो गया, क्या होता है, जैसे सम पीपल आर ऑलवेज कीपिंग एन आई ऑन यू. अब ये जो हिंदरबर्ग रिपोर्ट है, हिंदरबर्ग ना, तो वो रिपोर्ट भी किसने बनाई? दे आर कॉल्ड विसल ब्लोअर्स. व्हाट डू वी कॉल देम एज? तो दे आर नथिंग बट कॉल्ड फॉरेंसिक प्रोफेशनल्स ओनली, जो कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन को बर्स्ट करते. क्योंकि व्हाट हैपेंस इन द रेस ऑफ गेटिंग द मोर मनी, इंडिया का 60% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन स्टार्टेड इन्वेस्टिंग इन द विच कंपनी? अदानी. But was it an actual valuation or bubbled? Bubbled मतलब overvaluation था. Due to which what has happened? Due to which suddenly the bubble got burst. Now today, in the span of 1 month, it is falling short by 70% of its shares. 4,000 वाला शेयर आज 1,700 पे बिक रहा है. Reason? Because of this. Are you getting my point? और ये nothing but it is not yet proved कि it is a financial scam, but actually it was a scam only. You are scamming the people ना, by saying that कि मेरी share price 4,000 है, but actually what is the worth of the share? 1,700. So remaining 65%, 70% is what? Bubble. And that got busted and only air came, no money. Did you get the point? उसे हम लोग बोलते हैं which valuation? Corporate valuation disputes. Financial forensic professional might analyze a business to determine its value. For example, if one business is acquiring another, it might want to know the exact value of organization. Using the forensic analyst, they can learn more about the organization finances than what's available publicly. This helps ensure they're rebuying the business at a fair price. That is no hidden financial issues. Actually, इसके bracket में अपन लिखेंगे, इसे हम लोग due diligence भी बोलते हैं. Do you remember I told you this word? What do you mean by due diligence? When the acquiring company does the investigation on a target company. Repeat after me. Acquiring company does the investigation on the target. कि whatever the target company is telling me, okay, I am ready to sell myself at 9,500 crores. But as an acquirer, I have to see कि 9,500 is a genuine amount or not. So for that, I need to conduct a which audit? Forensic audit on them as well. Next one, tax evasion. What is the last area? That is a very common area. Tax evasion occurs when a person or organization avoids paying their taxes. For example, a company might try to hide profits in a shell corporation so that they don't have to pay the taxes on it. Forensic analyst studies tax documents, profit and loss statements, and financial transactions to determine if someone committed a which evasion? Tax evasion. So these are the 5 areas where you can hire the forensic professional. Tell me the 5 areas: financial thefts, security frauds, money laundering, corporate valuation disputes, and tax. Now we will understand what are the forensic audit techniques. In the recent years, there have been considerable changes in business landscape. The increasing globalization, free movement of people, easy communication, technological advancement, and shrinking of the world has helped change the business environment. These factors have led to the rapid growth of established business and the sprouting of new ones. However, this growth of companies also increased in financial crimes and frauds. Many businesses keep a separate department of in-house accountants who keep an eye on all the business activities and strive to minimize any irregularity in the business recordings. However, there are still cases of new and innovative fraudulent activities that can only be uncovered after in-depth analysis of all the records and books of business. This situation has led to the growth of niche field known as what? Forensic accounting, which can be explained as an integration of accounting and investigative skills. To understand more about forensic accounting, the various techniques which help in uncovering any financial fraud. Forensic accounting or auditing is a type of accounting that cross-checks a business various financial records to find any indication of fraud being committed. It also provides an in-depth analysis of all the business's financial books, which could be presented in the court of law as an evidence. Forensic accountants can be considered detectives in the economic and business field. These people go through every recorded transaction and try to find out any fraudulent or illegal activity. Forensic accounting not only helps the business minimize its losses, but will also help improve the efficiency of the business, ultimately leading to greater profitability. Furthermore, it can help the management keep the track of various business activities and prevent any fraud from happening in the future. Actually, nothing has been told in this whole paragraph. I will tell you in 2 lines what is the conclusion of these paragraphs. Are the businesses shrinking or expanding? Expand. New businesses. LPG has come in India. What is LPG? Liberalization, privatization, globalization. Due to which in-house accountant teams nowadays people are making. जैसे in-house accountant means internal audit. अच्छा ये बताओ, why do we keep the internal audit? To prevent the frauds and errors at the later stage or earlier stage. We hire the which auditor? Internal. But whenever you follow any new technique, the loophole of that technique is already created. It means they are saying that ki people nowadays are becoming so clever ki every day, daily basis, they are getting the new ideas of doing the what? Fraud. So due to which there comes the need of which auditor? Forensic auditor. So forensic auditor is a mix of two skills. What are the two skills? Accounting and investigative. Who will do the in-depth examination of each and every document and will let the company. क्योंकि क्या होता है? Always remember, risk is something which can never be eliminated. Do you agree? आप अगर एक बाइक पहनते हो, आप एक बाइक चला रहे हो, without helmet or with helmet, what is the difference? If you are riding a bike at 200 kilometers per hour with helmet and without helmet, what is the major difference in that? Without helmet, your chances of death are higher, but with helmet, your chances of death are eliminated or reduced. तो helmet क्या करता है? Helmet does not eliminate the chances of death. It only what? Reduces. Are you getting the point? ये आपके इसीलिए तो उसका नाम भी helmet है. If you will not wear with me, meet the helmet. कभी सोचा तुमने helmet का नाम? हेलमेट का नाम हेलमेट क्यों गिरा? उन्होंने बोला मेरे को पहनो, अदरवाइज यू विल मीट विद द वर्ड हेल, इसीलिए हेलमेट बोलते हैं उसे. ऐसे ही ऑन द स्पॉट क्रिएट किया. मेरे को लगा इट वुड बी, बट आई होप इट्स नॉट अ पीजे. पुअर जोक तो नहीं है, लॉजिक तो बनता है. एम आई करेक्ट? बट व्हाट माय क्वेश्चन इज, रिस्क इज समथिंग व्हिच कैन बी एलिमिनेटेड और ओनली बी रिड्यूस्ड. वैसे ही फोरेंसिक ऑडिट. ओके, टुडे यू विल डू द फोरेंसिक ऑडिट. You will eliminate the fraud in the company. But tomorrow, the smart people will think of another way of committing what? Fraud. Again, tomorrow, forensic audit will happen. Then day after tomorrow, they will think of another way of doing the fraud. So it is a ending process or never ending process. So the more and more the things are getting publicly out, the more and more people are thinking of doing the frauds. अब पहले शुरू में अपन क्या सोचते थे कि यार OTP fraud होता है. OTP fraud, like people will call you and ask your OTP. Phishing mail का fraud होता है. But nowadays you can't even imagine कि you are not even telling your OTP, you are not even telling your credit card number. Fraud can happen without even calling you even. How it is possible? Because of the downloading of the apps what we are doing. आप जब ऐप को डाउनलोड करते हो, you keep on giving the access. Allow. And due to that, what happened? Your messages are accessed by them. Are you gonna? अब तुम्हारे मैसेज में जब तुम्हारे अकाउंट में विड्रॉ करते हो, अब आपके एक मैसेज आता है कि योर अकाउंट हैज बीन डेबिटेड बाय दिस वन. उसमें लास्ट के 4 डिजिट आते हैं, पहले एक्स आता है. वो बंदा उसी से परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन बना लेता है, क्योंकि उसके फ्रॉड करने वाले के पास बहुत टाइम है. याद रखना. हैव यू सीन वन सीरीज कॉल्ड जमात्रा? नॉट सीन. नेटफ्लिक्स पे एक सीरीज है जमात्रा. इट्स अवेलेबल इन इंग्लिश एज वेल. इट इज बेसिकली अ बिहारी सीरीज, बिहार से है, but it is available in English as well. You just see that, watch that series. You will come to know about the different types of doing the frauds. I'm not saying you should learn them. I'm saying you should know how you can detect them. As a which auditor? Forensic. मतलब कैसे कैसे frauds होते. They have a team of people who are doing permutations and combinations. तुम्हारा डेट ऑफ बर्थ, तुम्हारा सरनेम, तुम्हारी वाइफ का, तुम्हारे हस्बैंड का, मदर का, फादर, सबका कॉम्बिनेशन निकालते हो. And they will automatically come to know that what password you can have. क्योंकि 90% of the cases we make the password which are very recognizable. या तो हम अपने नाम के थोड़े से लेटर, नहीं तो डेट ऑफ बर्थ के थोड़े से लेटर, नहीं तो all those things. So this is what they do. So what they are trying to tell you in the whole paragraph, as and when the forensic audit detects any fraud, the next day new methods of doing the fraud comes into the picture. So that is what they are trying to tell you in this particular paragraph. So far, no technique has been told in this paragraph. Now see, what are the qualities of a good forensic accountant should have? Read the quality number 1. Have a which mind? लॉजिकल माइंड का मतलब क्या होता है? लॉजिकल माइंड का मतलब क्या होता है? फॉर एवरीथिंग यू शुड ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट अ लॉजिक बिहाइंड इट. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? उन्हों बोल, अच्छा लेट मी गिव यू अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल. सपोज देयर इज वन एमडी, ठीक है ना, ही वाज टेकिंग अ फ्लाइट फ्रॉम हैदराबाद टू बेंगलोर. अब ये फ्लाइट का ड्यूरेशन है 45 मिनट्स. हाउ मच? तो आपके, अगर मैं आपको दो ऑप्शन देता हूं, यू टुक अ फ्लाइट, एक फ्लाइट की टिकट है 3,500 विच इज इकोनॉमी क्लास, और बिजनेस क्लास है 35,000 की, वेर यू विल गेट वन मील. अब मेरे को ये बताओ 45 मिनट्स की फ्लाइट के लिए विच टिकट यू वुड लाइक टू बाय? बाय द टाइम योर बम विल एडजस्ट टू द सीट, आई थिंक बैंगलोर विल कम. करेक्ट है या नहीं है? बैंगलोर आ जाएगा उतनी देर में. एंड डू यू नीड अ मील इन अ 45 मिनट्स ऑफ फ्लाइट? आप यहां से थोड़ा सा एक दो इडली खा के भी चलोगे ना, बाय द टाइम यू विल रीच टू द बैंगलोर, द यू नो within 1 hour or 1.5 hour you will reach to the Bangalore. You don't need a meal in a flight. But when I asked the MD, he said that, sir, we booked business class tickets. So do you know that ki forensic auditor can ask him why you didn't book what? Economy class. जब आप 45 मिनट्स की फ्लाइट में 3500 में जा सकते हो, तो why did you book what? सर आपको 10 टाइम्स एक्स्ट्रा पैसा देने की क्या जरूरत है? इसे बोलते हैं हैविंग अ विच माइंड. आप इसको मेरे, अच्छा, यू जस्टिफाई मी, यू आर एन एमडी राइट नाउ, व्हाई डिड यू बुक? डू यू हैव एनी आंसर टू दैट और नो? अच्छा, अगर ये फ्लाइट होती 10-12 आवर्स की, आई कैन थिंक दैट कि यू वुड लाइक टू गो, बिकॉज बीइंग इन एयर फॉर 10 to 12 आवर्स इज वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? अगर आप कभी फॉरेन ट्रेवल करोगे ना, आपको दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू नीड टू हैव अ लग्जरी. उस टाइम पे सोच सकते कि चलो बिजनेस क्लास टिकट इज वैलिड. But in this 45 minutes of flight, I don't think so that anybody, even if you are richy, चलो मान लो आपके पास 10-10 करोड़ रुपए, then also there is no point of spending how much money? 35,000. मतलब आप 31,500 की मील खा रहे हो एक्स्ट्रा. You are eating a meal of 31,500, which is far bigger amount than what you can spend in Taj Krishna, Taj Deccan, Taj Falaknama. और बीइंग इन मुंबई ऑल्सो, आप यहां से मुंबई ट्रेवल करके ताज में डिनर करके वापस आ सकते हो विद इन 31,500. बट स्पेंडिंग दिस एक्स्ट्रा मनी इज वैलिड और इनवैलिड? दिस इज कॉल्ड हैविंग अ विच माइंड? लॉजिकल माइंड. नेक्स्ट वन, गिविंग अटेंशन इन टू वर्ड डिटेल्स. अच्छा, ये फीचर्स यू विल नेवर फाइंड इट इन द फाइनेंशियल ऑडिटर. हम लोग कभी डिटेल इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं करते, क्योंकि डू वी हैव अ मोर टाइम और लिमिटेड टाइम? ड्यू टू द लिमिटेड टाइम व्हाट डू वी डू? We do the test checking or full checking? We do the test checking or full checking? Test checking, sampling. But what does this auditor do? Give attention to what? Detail. ये पूरा detailed, exhaustive examination होती है. Next one. Give value to which principles? Moral principle. अच्छा, ये वाले जो frauds है ना, ये जनरली आपको गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में मिलेंगे. What is the reason? Why you will find these kind of examples in the government organizations? क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एवरीथिंग इज रीइंबर्स्ड. दे विल नॉट थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर मिसयूटिलाइजिंग द मनी ऑफ व्हाट? पब्लिक. बट दोज मैड फेलोज डोंट नो कि हाउ डू दे एबल टू ट्रेवल बाय 35,000 रुपीज? बिकॉज वी हैव पेड द टैक्सेस. मैं क्यों बताऊं, गवर्नमेंट चलती कैसे है? टैक्सेस से. तो इट मीन्स ऑन अवर मनी दे आर फ्लाइंग एट 35,000 रुपीज. एम आई करेक्ट और नॉट? तो मोस्ट ऑफ दीज काइंड ऑफ फ्रॉड्स यू विल फाइंड इट इन द विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? और गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सबसे ज्यादा लैकिंग थिंग इज व्हाट? मॉरल प्रिंसिपल्स. दे नेवर थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर स्पेंडिंग द पब्लिक फंड. अभी आप यार ज्यादा दूर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये फॉर्मूला 1 रेस ट्रैक बना है. हैव यू सीन दैट? ये नेकलेस रोड पे फॉर्मूला 1 ट्रैक रेस दे हैव मेड. ऑपोजिट टू दैट लुम्बिनी पार्क के पास में फाउंटेन दे हैव मेड. ऑपोजिट टू दैट दे आर मेकिंग सेक्रेटरियल ऑफिस लाइक अ व्हाइट हाउस. ऑपोजिट टू दैट देयर इज वन मशाल they're making, and just near the NTR park they're making one statue. कितना खर्चा होगा? 6,500 crores. 6,500 crores just to satisfy the ego कि being a Telangana state we should have a separate secretariat as compared to Andhra. Are you getting the point? ठीक है, Formula 1 race track is fine because you want to bring the Hyderabad to the global map कि हाँ भाई हमारे यहाँ पे भी आपको अगर रेसेस करनी है you can do. But what is the point of making that big other things? अब अगर आपको बनाना ही है तो फिर अच्छे से स्पेंड करो, 1 लाख करोड़ स्पेंड करो, and make Hyderabad another Dubai. Make it as a tourist place so that you will get the revenue. These are all known as unethical expenditures or avoidable expenditures which are generally incurred by the which organizations? Government organ. क्योंकि उनके moral principles की lacking होती है. But this is a quality who should have? Forensic auditor. Next one, question everything and inquisitiveness. कोई बताएगा इसका मीनिंग? Curiosity. मतलब कोई भी बात कर रहा है ना, उसके अंदर क्वेश्चन निकालो, एंड यू शुड हैव अ क्यूरियोसिटी. मतलब क्या है कि यू शुड बी क्यूरियस इन नेचर कि इफ समवन इज स्पीकिंग समथिंग, व्हाई ही स्पीकिंग दैट, इतना दिमाग चलना चाहिए. इट मींस यू शुड नॉट बी अ क्लोज माइंडेड पर्सन, यू शुड ऑलवेज बी अ ओपन माइंडेड पर्सन. इफ समवन इज सेइंग समथिंग ना, उसके अंदर क्यूरियस होना चाहिए कि आई शुड एंटर इनटू दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन. दैट काइंड ऑफ क्वालिटी this forensic auditor should have. And next point is what? What do you mean by spontaneous? Don't plan anything. On the spot, spat on a person. What do you mean by on the spot? Normal financial auditor क्या होगा? First he will take the information. He will do the processing. And after that he will take the action. By that time fraud has already happened. Am I correct or not? But as a which auditor? Forensic auditor. You have to wait for something to happen or you have to be spontaneous. Because you can't wait the fraud to happen. You are being hired to detect the fraud and prevent it for the future. And last but not the least, good understanding of which transaction? Accounting transaction and its what? Impact. अच्छा ये बताओ, what is the impact of overvaluation of inventory? Huh? And what is the impact of overvaluation of opening stock? In दोनों का what do we call it? In one case, you want to increase the profit by overvaluating the closing stock. By overvaluating the opening stock, you want to decrease the profit. दोनों के reason क्या है? Taxes क्या? हाँ, if you want to do the overvaluation of opening stock, you want to reduce the profits. Obviously, you would like to reduce what? Taxes. Why you would like to overvalue your closing stock? Yes, to attract the loans and advances. दोनों ही विंडो ड्रेसिंग है. बोथ आर विच फ्रॉड्स? विंडो ड्रेसिंग फ्रॉड. मतलब बोथ आर राइट और बोथ आर ओनली रॉन्ग? बोथ आर ओनली रॉन्ग. तो दैट इज व्हाट दे आर ट्राइंग टू टेल, दैट कि यू शुड हैव अ गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द अकाउंटिंग ट्रांजैक्शन एंड व्हाट impacts. Having these qualities will provide forensic accountants with the urge to dig deeper and will make them a very successful forensic accountant. With proper imperative techniques added to the mix, the accountants would be capable of digging out even the most minute discrepancy in the accounting records. The investigative techniques for accounting are, first one, there are several techniques for conducting forensic review. One provide below are generic but effective. These are the forensic techniques that apply to the almost all the companies. Now, finally, they are going to talk about what? Techniques. What is the technique number one? Reviewing public documents and conducting what? What do you mean by background checks? आपको कंपनी का प्रीएम्बल पता होना चाहिए. What do you mean by preamble? Let's say for example, ये आपने देखा होगा चिट फंड कंपनीज. सबसे ज्यादा फ्रॉड्स इंडिया में कौन सी कंपनीज में होते हैं? चिट फंड में. They come, they set up an office, a beautiful office they will set up, and for 5-6 months they will only spend the money on what? Advertisement. People will fall into the trap and they will start depositing 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 monthly in a which fund? Chit fund company. 1 or 2 times they will give you the money also to gain your what? Confidence. Next, after 3 to 4 years, when the people will have a more confidence on your company, they will take some 100 to 150 crores from you, and next day suddenly overnight the office is not there. The same thing has happened in the name of Shriram Transport Chit Fund Company. आपने सुना है? ये बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है and it is very much in news. It is one of the best chit fund company, but someone opened a duplicate branch of that. Are you getting the point? 3-4 साल मस्त पैसा लिया, दिया भी. He retained and given the money back also to get the more confidence. So 20 depositor became 200, 200 became 2,000. Up 2,000 people started giving you 5,000 to 10,000 per month. And like that he collected for 3 years. After that, overnight, office lock and he swept away with 300 crores of money. Are you getting the point? So what is more important? What is the learning you're getting from that? Read the point again. Reviewing the which document? हम लोग कभी भी किसी कंपनी में जाते हैं ना, हम लोग कभी उसके पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स नहीं देखते हैं. आपने उसका एमओए चेक नहीं किया, एओए चेक नहीं किया, जीएसटी रजिस्ट्रेशन चेक नहीं किया, you didn't check the certificate of incorporation, and moreover you didn't do the which check, background check. अगर आपको इतना ही लग रहा है कि वो श्रीराम ट्रांसपोर्ट का ऑफिस है, why didn't you check it on Google कि did they open the new branch or not? एक सिंपल सा नॉर्मल effective step taken by you could have saved your lakhs of money before getting duped. इसे बोलते हैं एजुकेशन इलिटरेसी. पढ़े लिखे अनपढ़ लोग, illiterate educated people. Are you getting the point? हम लोग educated हैं, but we are illiterate in the sense कि we even though we have done the MBA and all, but still we fail to do the background check and we fail to check their what public documents. जैसे say for example, आपको तो ये भी पता होगा, nowadays I think you are clever enough to know that कि if the traffic challan police stops you for a challan, you can pay the challan within 15 days. You just simply tell them कि okay book a challan because I have the documents but documents at home. तो उसने 2500 का challan डाल दिया. You know that you don't have to pay on the spot. You can simply tell him कि I will have 15 days. Within 15 days you go to any nearby traffic police office. You show the documents and you just need to pay 100 rupees for not carrying it at that point of time. तो तुम्हारा 2500 वाला challan will be reduced to what? 100 rupees. You pay and come back. बट हमें क्या लगता है, जैसे ट्रैफिक पुलिस वाला हाथ देता है ना, अपनी आत्मा परमात्मा से मिल जाती है. अरे शिट, ये क्या हो गया? आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? यू नीड नॉट फियर अबाउट दैट. और इफ दे आर आस्क्ड, फर्स्ट चेक देयर आईडी. और अगर आपको लगता है कि दिस इज जनरली नॉट अ चेक पॉइंट, बट स्टिल सम पीपल आर चेक देयर आईडी, यू हैव अ राइट ऑफ डूइंग दैट. लेकिन हम लोग करते नहीं है. हम लोग क्या उस टाइम पे पैनिक सिचुएशन में होते हैं, ले भाई पकड़ लिया. Are you getting the point? On the spot. So we end up paying the money. Are you getting the point or not? Nowadays, so it's good thing that कि you can pay the money via Paytm. आप mostly वो आपसे जब पैसे लेते हैं, they take the money via what? Paytm. Cash तो कते भी नहीं देना. And just simply take 15 days from them, show them your records, and only 100 rupees penalty you have to pay for not carrying at that point of time. Sorry अम्मा. अम्मा मैं अपनी बात ही बता रहा हूँ. I'm not telling any other example. I'm telling my example only. But at that point, a bike was not belonging to me, na. That person who is the owner of the bike can say that कि okay, I have. क्योंकि in that case they can put the charges on me कि I have stolen my bike. The bike was in the name of my mother-in-law. अब मेरा सरनेम ग्रोवर है, ठीक है ना, उनका सरनेम सिंह है, तो बाइक पे बी लता सिंह लिखा, मैं कहीं से लता सिंह दिखता हूँ, तो in that case they will not allow. मैं बोल रहा हूं इफ यू आर द ओनर ऑफ द बाइक, अगर आप बाइक पे खुद की बाइक चला रहे हो या अपने पेरेंट की ब्लड लाइन बाइक चला रहे हो, उस केस में यू आर अलाउड. ये तो मेरे इन लॉज की बाइक थी, वो वैसे ही खुंदक में होते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? तो सिंपली आई कॉल्ड माय मदर इन लॉ, मैंने कहा आपकी बाइक पे चलाना. आई डिडंट नो. और सारे चलान बैक से थे, मतलब शी जनरली डज नॉट वियर द हेलमेट. तो उसके पीछे वो पीछे पुलिस वाले खड़े होके मस्त फोटो, मैंने कहा देखो कितनी मस्त फोटोग्राफ आई है. 21 चलान भाई, 3770 रुपीज के चलान. मैंने कहा ये तो उल्टा हो गया. जनरली द दामाद शुड टेक द मनी फ्रॉम यू, बट ही एंडेड अप पेइंग योर फाइन्स. इवन दो शी पेड मी द मनी बैक, बट दैट वाज ऑन द स्पॉट. उस दिन 3770 रुपीज के चलान. एंड पुलिस वाला वाज नॉट अलाउइंग मी टू गो आउट, क्योंकि वो बाइक वाज इन द नेम ऑफ लेडी. एंड ये देख के कोई भी नहीं बोलेगा. So sometimes they do cross check. So on in that cases you can't have the background check, right? Now see, the document made available to the public are scrutinized as they are easiest to what or pay. अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ, अगर मान लो एक कंपनी बोलती है कि मैं रिलायंस की ब्रांच हूँ यहाँ, अब मेरे को ये बताओ, have you ever been to mca.gov.in? पृथ्वी सर ने आपको कभी वेबसाइट पे लेके गए mca.gov.in पे? अच्छा, व्हाट इज द मेन नंबर यू हैव टू पुट इन एंड यू कैन गेट ऑल द डॉक्यूमेंट्स? सिन नंबर. आप कंपनी का सिन नंबर डालो, आपकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आ जाती. आप हर एक एमओए एओए डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. This is how you can cross check. But generally, we do not do that much of effort. That is the biggest problem. We end up getting caught in a fraud. So, read the point number 1, everyone. The documents are made available to the public as scrutinized as they are easiest to what? Obtain. Also, thorough background checks of a particular company are done to see the past dealings of the what? Business. Public documents would include any information in the public database, the corporate records, and any legally available information on the internet. Are you getting it? कुछ तो गूगल करो. मतलब हम लोग हर एक छोटी छोटी चीज के लिए आजकल सर्च वर्ड बोलना ही भूल गए. हम लोग भाई गूगल करियो. Google is inside our veins now. So when financial scam is happening, why don't we Google at that point of time? क्योंकि उस टाइम पर पता क्या होता है, we get overshadowed by the more returns. अभी मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ, मेरे को ना एक लिंक आया, किसका, इसका फोन पे का, भारत पे का ओनर है ना एक, वो अश्नीर ग्रोवर, उसने ना एक नई बनाई है 12% क्लब. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ दिस? ही हैज मेड अ न्यू ऐप 12% क्लब. अब 12% क्लब का फॉर्मूला क्या है कि यू गिव मी 1 लाख रुपी and I will give you 12% return. Ab now you go to the bank, the FD rates are only 7%. Mutual funds in the last 2-3 years are only giving 11 to 12%. And stock market mein, you know that fluctuation. So many people are depositing the money, but no one reads the TNC apply. उसने terms and condition apply में लिखा हुआ है कि in case my lending partner is unable to repay your money back, we will be liable to pay you only maximum 1 lakh रुपए. मतलब अगर आपने 10 लाख डिपॉजिट करे और उसका लैंडिंग इंस्टीट्यूट इंसॉल्वेंट हो गया, तो ही विल बी एबल टू रिटर्न यू ओनली व्हाट. वो नहीं पढ़ते हम. कभी भी याद रखना, द टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन का जो स्टार मार्क होता है, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट अलार्म. अब यू कैन बोरो द मनी ऑल्सो एट व्हाट 12% एंड यू कैन लेंड द मनी ऑल्सो एट व्हाट 12%. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट ऐप इज मतलब नॉट जेन्युइन, बट यू हैव टू थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर डूइंग दैट. आप ना quora.com पे जाके उसकी इंक्वायरी करो, यू विल फाइंड सो मेनी नेगेटिव्स ओवर देयर कि my money is not coming, and he is claiming that daily credit of interest will come to your account. Why he is giving you the daily interest? To gain your confidence. तुम्हें क्या लगेगा, मैंने 10 लाख दिए, daily 3,328 rupees will come to your account. For 365 days he will give you that. You will not open your mouth, you will keep on continuing. One day what will happen? Margdarshi fund, another Shriram transport fund, again another scam will happen. So never ever do any investment in all these kind of what apps. कभी भी आप इन्वेस्टमेंट, आपको एफडी में 7% मिलेगा, कम मिलेगा, लेकिन सिक्योर्ड है, ठीक है ना. और बेस्ट है कि पैसा अपना किस में डालो, म्यूचुअल फंड. उसे बोलते हैं टेक्निक नंबर 1, व्हेन यू डू नॉट इंक्लूड द डेटाबेस इनटू योर चेकलिस्ट, राइट. नेक्स्ट वन, कंडक्टिंग विच इंटरव्यू? Detailed interview. Conducting an interview is an essential technique that can transform an unwilling person into a source of what? Valuable information. It helps in fully understanding of all the facts. An interview should be conducted by accurately assessing the gravity of the situation and preparing the questions according to it. Discussions should take every detail into the account and look at the greater picture to figure out the magnitude of the illegal activity and the culprit responsible. So first of all, technique number 1 is what? Technique number 1 is doing the background check. Technique number 2 is personal interview. Which interview? अच्छा, कई बार मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ कि you should know how to grill the people. Actually, you will never come to know till the time you have not sat in an interview. If I have to tell you my example, I gave my SEBI interview. तो मेरा interview 3.5 days का interview था. 3.5 days means every day I had to go to their hotel. 4.5 hours का मेरा interview होता था. For 3.5 days it happened. मेरे 21 rounds हुए थे. How many rounds? 21 rounds. बीच में से 11 technical rounds थे. You know what do you mean by technical round? मतलब asking you the actual implementation of accounting standards and auditing standards. They will give you the situation and you have to react on that. फिर मैंने 2 थे extempore. फिर 3 थे HR round. Like that 21 rounds have happened. 3.5 days of interview. In the very first 1.5 day only, I knew that I got selected. Are you getting the point? तो इंटरव्यू के केस में क्या होता है, when you personally interview a person, right or not, when you personally interview a person face to face, sometimes he may end up giving the information which is not willing to give. Are you getting the point or not? अब उनको मेरे से क्या इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए थी? They wanted an information कि whether any other company has already offered me a package or not. मेरा इंडियन ऑयल कॉर्पोरेशन में ऑलरेडी 9.75 का पैकेज हो गया था एट 2013 की बात बता रहा हूं, एंड व्हाट सेबी वाज ऑफरिंग मी वाज 14.75 lakhs. So they wanted to know that, okay, and this is a first rule of interview: never tell about your previous employer or already the offers you have. Otherwise, what will happen? That guy was offering me 9.5. They are offering me 14.5. Their HR will reduce it to 11.5. So you will lose the 3 lakh rupees of money. So I never told them because I was rigid while giving the interview. But in the forensic audit, what you can do is sometimes breaking the person is very easy by doing the personal interview with that in an informal conversation. Make him drunk. Correct? You know that after drinking, what? After drinking alcohol, you come out in your real terms. And we have to be friends with them and try to convince them by having an informal communication with them rather than having a what? Formal. क्योंकि जब आप formal communication करते हो ना किसी से, suppose if I'll become too formal in the class and I'll be strict to the class, you will not be able to gel up with me. But if I'll be little bit casual with you in the class, little will be informal with you class, then in that case, even if I'll tell you something which is beyond your limits, you would still like to do it. Are you getting the point? So informal and formal combination you should make, and as a forensic auditor, you should do a PI. What is PI? Personal interview. That person will definitely break. Because you have a time. That person might not be having the time. Right? What is the third technique? Gathering information from the which sources? Information provided by confidential and trustworthy source can be precious to any case. When a piece of information is gained from a confidential source or a confidential informant, all the necessary precautions should be taken to hide the identity of what? So-called. It is nothing but they are talking about which policy? Whistleblower policy. What is whistleblower policy? Suppose informant, जैसे आपने देखा होगा movies में, how the police वाला catch the criminal? They have the informants. वो छोटे छोटे बस्ती के लोग होते ना, वो पुलिस को कॉल करते हैं, सर आपका वो क्रिमिनल मैं इधर देखा, वो संतरा पी रहा है, he is drinking and he is smoking right now on this bandi, please come and out. So but you have to make sure that it is your responsibility to protect the identity who has given you the confidential information. Why? Because that person has taken his life on the risk to give you what? Information. For that reason only which policy came? So forensic auditors should try to have as many confidential sources possible because such sources are visually, virtually guarantee a which result? Correct result. So what are the three techniques so far? Do a background check, carry out the personal interview, and third one, get the information from the trustworthy sources. Next one, analyzing what? Evidences gather. Proper analysis of the obtained evidence can point out the guilty party and assist in understanding the extent of what fraud committed in the business. Furthermore, this analysis would help in understanding how secure the company is against the financial scams and installing various austerity measures to prevent any such future situation. It means this question is completely based on your ICS. What is ICS? सिंपल सी बात है सर, a strong ICS will definitely help you in preventing what? अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ, shuffling of job is a part of good ICS or poor ICS? Proof. Let's say for example, she's a sales manager in my company and she's a purchase manager in my company. Should I allow them to do what they are doing for a longer period of time, or should I keep on shuffling their jobs? What is the reason? Why shuffling of job is a better idea? Yes, if someone will go for a leave for a longer period of time, at least she will be able to handle what? Both the departments. Are you getting the point? But if suppose she is only stuck to purchase department, she is stuck to only what? Sales department, और मैडम की शादी है, अब मैडम ने 3-4 महीने नहीं आना, तो उस केस में my purchase department is stuck or not? But if I'll keep on shuffling your jobs, what is the benefit? Till the time she is on leave, you can manage both the departments or not. So that is shuffling of the job. And most important thing, when you work in a particular department for a longer period of time, you will start knowing the dark secrets of that particular area also. That top level management does not want. That's the reason also they keep on shuffling you from one department to another department. And what is the last technique, everyone? Conductive surveillance. What do you mean by conductive surveillance? मतलब या तो आप वहां पे माइक छुपा दो, लाइक वो होते हैं ना छोटे से माइक्रोफोन्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्वेलेंस, और यू हायर अ प्राइवेट डिटेक्टिव टू कीप एन आई ओवर अ पर्सन ऑन हुम यू हैव अ सस्पिशन. अब मान लो मेरे को ये लेडी के ऊपर शक है कि इसने कुछ ना कुछ तो फ्रॉड किया है, तो आई हैव टू मेथड्स ऑफ डूइंग द सर्वेलेंस ऑन हर. Either I can put the microphone somewhere in your bag or somewhere else, or I can put a detective on you. That is called physical surveillance or electronic surveillance. Now see, this can be done physically or electronically and is one of the conventional measures to uncover any fraud. It can be done by monitoring and tracking all the official emails and what message. Yeah, so I should hack your password, and by which I should be able to access your what emails. That is called what surveillance. What is the next one? Going undercover मतलब क्या? Not telling the person that you are a forensic accountant. Behave like a normal employee. Be undercover agent. Are you getting the one? Keep an eye on them, mingle with them, and discuss with them, sit with them, and slowly get the information out of them. That is called going what? Undercover. Now see, this is an extreme measure, should be used only as a which resort? It is best left to the professional as they know how and where to conduct the investigation. Even a small mistake while being undercover can signal the offender that something is wrong and the person might vanish or disappear from the. So you have to be very much careful. If you know how to do the undercover, then only you should do. Otherwise, hire a person who is expert in that. And this is your last option, not the first option. What is the point written? क्योंकि a small signal, wrong signal from your side may alert that person and the offender may escape from the scene. Next one, analyzing the with statement. Financial statement. Finding out the fraud, committing all the necessary details are summarized in a financial statement, and analysis of these statement can help a forensic accountant figure out the scam. आपको notes दिए उन्होंने? Did they give you the handouts so far? क्योंकि I told them that कि we have already reached to this chapter. Maybe in 1 or 2 days they have to give you the handouts. First wale handouts only given they so far. First wale. Are you shown me na that day? That handouts you have. But I told them to change it because the number of sectors written over there were less than that. So I think they are trying to make the material like in two parts. So one part may theory part and one part may they might be giving you the practical part. Okay? Sorry? Up to management audit completed. Because sir, you have to understand fact that for you and me both it is for the first time. So material will take time. That is the reason till the time I told you, till the time material is not ready, I will make you write. So you will not fall short by material. I don't think so that there is even a single topic which I didn't make you write so far. Everything is there with you. Am I right? Till that time, whatever the exams are happening, go by that material. And I have told them that I am giving the input to them like what material is required in which way. Is it clear? So the moment material will come, then we'll stop writing and we'll start reading it from there itself only. Till that time, I'll make you write 100% everything, right? So shall we write now? Because our topic is over. And after that, ethical considerations and code of what? Forensic audit. You already know the ethical considerations. What are the ethical considerations? As a forensic auditor also, what are your ethical requirements? Are same which we have done in professional ethics: integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, professional due care and professional behavior. ठीक है? ये काफी लेंदी है नहीं? Only for 5 marks doing that much. MMTL. Okay. I think we should be in a position. Okay, first make a note of it. क्योंकि ये चैप्टर में लिखने का कुछ भी नहीं है. Only hardly very few things are to be noted. Put the heading financial forensics and forensic audit techniques. Just write the heading. I'll make you write the chosen sentences. We need not write the 100%. Financial forensics and forensic audit techniques. Under that, write first point. meaning financial forensics and forensic audit techniques. Financial forensics and forensic audit techniques. Right? Under that, right, meaning financial forensics means financial forensics means a combination of accounting and investigative skills. Combination of accounting and investigative skills. You didn't come yesterday? Why? Backbone pain at this age only. You have an issue, accidental issue. Since last 10 days. Is it because you are sitting for a longer hours? Then buy that special. Even I have the same issue. There is one special pillow which comes, which you can like place it there. So it will reduce the pain. Huh? You have a pain in L3, L4 somewhere? Left side. Okay. You should get it done because this is not the age to have those kind of things. Right? Okay. क्या लिखा मैं? It means a combination of accounting and investigative skills. Next point. Second point. They are the professionals who help. They are the professionals. Second point. They are the professionals who help in. They are the professionals who help in preventing financial crimes. They are the professionals who help in preventing financial crimes and recover the lost assets. Preventing financial crimes and recover the lost assets. Next point. Third point. Forensics professionals are very much in demand. Forensic professionals are very much in demand in following areas. Forensic professionals are very much in demand in following areas. First one, financial theft. Just write the heading. Inside I'll make you write. First one, financial thefts. Under that, write, put a hyphen and write. To uncover the areas where a customer employee or any other individual steals money from the organization. Second one, securities fraud. It's basically a white collar crime. Where someone presents false information to investor. I'm just making you write two lines of each so that you will get an idea. So first one is what? Financial theft. Second one is what? Securities fraud, where someone presents a false information to an investor. Third one, money laundering. Third one is money laundering. It's a process of making money. It's a process of making money look legal. It's a process of making money look legal, but earned from. It's a process of making money look legal, but earned from illegal methods. Earned from illegal methods. It's a process of making the money look legal, which is earned from illegal methods. Fourth area, corporate valuation disputes. Corporate valuation disputes. Corporate valuation disputes. Under that, right? Where the companies capital market is where the company's capital and market valuation is oversized. Where the company's capital and market valuation is oversized, that is, no fair valuation is carried out. That is, no fair valuation is carried out. No fair valuation is carried out. Next one, tax evasion. Next one is tax evasion. Tax evasion. It occurs when a person avoids paying their taxes. It occurs when a person avoids paying their taxes and it occurs when the person avoids paying taxes and hides his profit in shell corporations. Hides his profits in shell corporations. What do you mean by shell? Fake, right? Bogus. Shell corporations. Now, this is the first heading, meaning over. Now, second, qualities of a forensic accountant. Qualities of a forensic accountant. First one, having a logical and skeptical mind. Having a logical and skeptical mind. Having a logical and skeptical mind. Next, giving attention to every detail. Attention to every detail. Giving attention to every detail. Having value towards moral principles. Having value towards moral principles. और ये वाला वर्ड एज इट इज लिख लो, inquisitiveness. Fourth one, inquisitiveness, और ब्रैकेट में लिखना क्यूरियोसिटी और बीइंग क्यूरियस. Inquisitiveness ब्रैकेट में being curious, right? मतलब always attentive. Next one, be spontaneous. Be spontaneous. Next one, having technical knowledge in accounting and its impact. Having technical knowledge in accounting and its impacts. And its impacts. Last topic, forensic accounting techniques. Forensic accounting techniques. Underline the heading, forensic accounting techniques. Under that, first one, reviewing public documents and doing background checks. Reviewing public documents and doing background checks. Reviewing public documents and doing background checks. Under that, right? It's one of the easiest method to obtain public documents. It is one of the easiest method to obtain public documents and doing it is one of the easiest method of obtaining public documents and doing background check on companies. Doing background check on companies. To see its past dealings. To see its past dealings. Example, searching any available information on the internet. Searching any legally available information on internet. Correct? Searching any legally available information on internet. Second technique, conducting detailed personal interview. Second technique, conducting detailed personal interview. Conducting detailed personal interview. Under that, in this technique, one should make a use of good combination of in this technique one should make a use of good combination of formal and informal communication. One shall make a use of good combination of formal and informal communication, which can transform an unwilling person into a source of valuable information. Which can transform an unwilling person into a source of valuable information. Valuable information. Full stop. It helps in looking at greater picture. Full stop. It helps in looking at greater picture to figure out. It helps in looking at greater picture to figure out magnitude of illegal activities. It helps in looking at greater picture to figure out magnitude of illegal activities and and the culprit responsible and the culprit responsible. Culprit responsible. Two techniques are over. Third, gathering information from trustworthy sources. Gathering information from trustworthy sources. Under that, right? When a piece of information is gained from confidential source, when a piece of information is gained, when a piece of information is gained from a confidential source, is gained from a confidential source, comma, all the necessary precautions, all the necessary precautions should be taken all the necessary precautions should be taken to hide the identity of that particular source. To hide identity of that particular source. ब्रैकेट में लिख लो whistle blower policy. To hide the identity of that particular source, ब्रैकेट में whistle blower policy. Whistle blowers policy. ठीक है? Now, fourth technique, analyzing evidences obtained. Analyzing evidences obtained and financial statements. मैं ये पॉइंट और ये पॉइंट को मर्ज कर रहा हूं. आई एम मर्जिंग दीज टू पॉइंट्स, दिस पॉइंट एंड दिस पॉइंट. एनालाइजिंग एविडेंसेस ऑब्टेन्ड एंड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. Under that, right? It helps in pointing out guilty party. It helps in pointing out guilty party. It helps in pointing out guilty party and also helps in understanding how secure, also helps in understanding how secure the company is, also helps in understanding how secure the company is against financial scams. How secure the company is against financial scams. Right? How many points are over? 4. Just 2 more. Conducting surveillance. Conducting surveillance. Under that, right? It may take physical or electronic shape. It may take physical and electronic shape by which it can take physical or electronic shape, electronic form, by which one can monitor and track, by which one can monitor and track one can monitor and track official emails and messages. Monitor and track official emails and messages. And the last one, going undercover. Last one, going undercover. Going undercover. Under that, right? It should be the last option. I hope you know that. Why it should be the last option? Because you are also putting yourself in danger. And if the other person will come to know about any signal from your side, that you are undercover agent, then in that case, the person will definitely leave the criminal scene. And you will never be able to detect that person again. So it should be your last, it should be the last option because even a small mistake, while being an undercover, even a small mistake while being undercover can signal the offender that something is wrong. It can signal the offender that something is wrong, and the person might disappear. Can signal the offender that something is wrong and the person might disappear. Clear? Full stop. And last line. It's better to leave this technique to professionals. It's better to leave this technique. It's better to leave this technique to professionals. What does that mean? Try not to do it on your own if you're not professional in that. If you're expert in that, then only you should put your hand in that. Am I correct? So that brings an end to our another topic. ठीक है? एक काम करो 10 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लो. Then we'll stretch it up to 11:45. ठीक है ना? आज और कोई क्लास है? नहीं है ना? तो थोड़ा 15 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा ले लूंगा. ठीक है? ये दोनों टॉपिक वैनिश कर देंगे so that we can complete our forensic audit as fully. Right? Take 10 minutes of break and come back. Okay. So let's begin with the next topic, everyone. Ethical considerations and code of conduct in what? Forensic audit. First of all, आ जाओ वापस आ जाओ. Shall we start? Now, what is the name of the topic, everyone? Ethical considerations and code of conduct in what? Forensic audit. बहुत सिंपल सा टॉपिक है सर. एथिकल इश्यूज के बारे में बात कर. पहले तो ये बताओ, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ethical issue and ethical dilemma? When we use this word dilemma, ethical dilemma and ethical issue. Ethical issue means when you have a choice to do something right thing or the wrong thing. That is called what? Ethical issue. जब आपको पता है कि one thing is right and one thing is wrong, that is called what? Ethical issue. But what do you mean by ethical dilemma? When you know that both the things are what? Right. And you are confused in that. That is called what? Ethical dilemma. So what is the topic we are going to understand? Ethical issues in business. Now see, ethical issues in business encompass a wide array of areas within an organization. Ethical standards. Fundamental ethical issues in the business include promoting conduct based on integrity and trust, but more complex issues including accommodating diversity, empathetic decision making, and compliance and governance that is consistent with the organization core values. According to Global Business Ethics Survey 2019, 25% of the employees still feel that their seniors managers do not have the good understanding of what key ethical compliances business risk across the organization. It means what they are trying to tell you is that key ethics is not something only which the lower level employees should know. At the same point of time, who takes the key decisions of the organization? Top level management. So they also, just because they are at top position, it doesn't mean that they have every right to be unethical. So they also have to be ethical. They also should know the moral values of running a company. To manage the ethical issues in business that arise in organization, first need to develop a thorough understanding of what those issues can like. Understanding how to detect and most importantly deter these issues before they become a problem can ensure to focus stay on business growth and succeed instead of remediation. So what do you mean by ethical issues? Basically, they are saying that when we go to a workplace, you'll find so many kind of ethical issues. जैसे सबसे बड़ा ethical issue होता है harassment. आपने सुना होगा ये word called ragging. रैगिंग हम लोग जनरली सोचते हैं कि कॉलेज लाइफ में, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस में, मेडिकल कॉलेजेस में सीनियर्स विल डू द रैगिंग ऑफ व्हाट जूनियर्स, बट द सेम थिंग हैपेंस इन द वर्क प्लेस ऑल्सो. जब आप एज अ ज्वाइनिंग, व्हेन यू आर ज्वाइनिंग एज अ न्यू एम्प्लॉय and there are already existing employees, they literally do your ragging sometimes. And so many companies have the anti-ragging policies as well in the organization. So it's not that ki unethical practices start from the money itself. Unethical practices start when you face the harassment and when you face the, what do you say, discrimination. जैसे discrimination on the basis of caste and religion. अब जैसे मान लो मैं MD हूँ, मेरा नाम है रोहित ग्रोवर. अब मान लो मेरे नीचे एम्प्लॉई आई, एक आई पंजाब की और एक आई फ्रॉम द अनदर स्टेट. तो आई स्टार्टेड गिविंग द प्रेफरेंसेस टू द वन हु इज हेलिंग फ्रॉम पंजाब बिकॉज आई एम पंजाबी. Are you getting the point or not? So that is called what? Harassment or discrimination? That is called discrimination. Harassment कहाँ पे है? कुछ भी. I'm giving the favor to the one who belongs to my religion is called what? Discrimination. Harassment होती है when you are poking someone's work regularly, even though that someone is doing the work very obediently and in a disciplined way. जैसे say for example, she is an employee. Now I know that in future she can be a threat to my success. क्योंकि कई बार कंपनीज में क्या होता है कि लोअर लेवल एम्प्लॉइज आर मोर क्लेवर देन व्हाट सीनियर्स. तो कई बार वो डायरेक्टली जंप मार के सीनियर बन जाते हैं. तो some type of seniors are very, they're very jealous in nature कि they won't allow their employees to become their what? Senior. So what they will do, they will directly or indirectly poke their nose in their work. मतलब even though she is not doing anything wrong, but again and again poking in her work, saying that, "Arey, do this perfectly now, do this and that or not." Means what? Even if she is doing the work, I'm bringing it to me. I'm again and again pointing out some, irrelevant mistakes and telling her to do the things again and again. That is nothing but called what? Harassment. इसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Harassment. जानबूझ के किसी के काम में इंटरफेयर करना. तो people generally is financial is not always the only reason to do the scams and scandals in the organization. Sometimes you feel discriminated. Sometimes, जैसे say for example, more promotions to the female employees as compared to what? Male employees. और समटाइम्स मैं तो बताता हूँ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कैसे कैसे आई हैव सीन बाय माई सेल्फ कि मेरे साथ एक लड़की थी, शी वॉज ऑल इंडिया 18 रैंक और मेरा ऑल इंडिया 23 रैंक था. हम दोनों का इंटरव्यू हो रहा था सेबी में. आई गॉट एक्सेप्टेड एंड शी गॉट रिजेक्टेड. रीजन वॉज वेरी सिंपल. व्हाट इज द रीजन? HR मैनेजर गिव कि you are a girl, you will get married, you will acquire a family. After that, you will not be able to devote that much of time to the organization. So instead of you, we would like to hire a male employee instead of a which employee? Female employee. अब मतलब they wanted to tell that just because we don't wear the sindoor and we don't put the mangalsutra in our, neck, on our neck, it means we are not married. And after getting married, the male has no role to play. Or he will not get involved in the family. He will not get involved with the children. It's an equal participation. So this kind of discrimination is allowed or disallowed? Should be disallowed. So, but these are the various issues which you generally see in the organization. So see the issue number 1. Harassment and discrimination. In the which place? Workplace. Harassment and discrimination are arguably the largest ethical issues that impact the business owners today. Should harassment or discrimination takes place in the workplace, the result could be catastrophic for the organization, both financially as well as reputationally. Every business needs to be aware of anti-discrimination laws and regulations that to exist to protect the employees. In the US, the US Equal Employment Opportunity Commission defines many different types of many different types of discrimination and harassment statutes that can affect the organization. तो ये word याद कर लेना. What is this word? यूएस इक्वल एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी. अब तो अपने इंडिया में भी आ गया है कोड ऑफ वेजेस एक्ट 2019. You know, Code of Wages Act 2019 is nothing but the major idea of bringing that to India was to eliminate the differences between female workers and male workers. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए मेल वर्कर्स है तो उनको 2000 रुपीज पर आवर और फीमेल वर्कर है तो उनको 1000 रुपीज पर आवर. व्हाट इज द रीजन? बिकॉज दे आर नॉट फिजिकली एबल. तो मेरे को ये बताओ, सॉफ्टवेयर बनाने के लिए तुम्हारी फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा होनी चाहिए या मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ? देन व्हाई दिस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मेल एंड द फीमेल? So these are the various types of discriminations you will find and they pointed out. What is the first discrimination? Age. It applies to those 40 and older and to any aging policies or treatment that takes place. मतलब कई बार क्या होता है, जैसे you know that कि nowadays freshers are getting more priority over the seniors. Reason being very simple, क्योंकि freshers are coming with a more intellectual way. But at the end of the day, you should not ignore the fact that senior became senior because he was also fresher one time. He has an experience of 15-20 years. That's why he became what? Senior. तो senior को fresher के साथ आप compare ही नहीं कर सकते. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि 45 years of age person will do the better work as compared to 25 और 25 will do better work as compared to what? 45. Obviously अगर ये काम physical है तो 25% वाला 25 age person will definitely do better than what? 45. But if it is a work of intellectuality, experience or expertise, who is more better? 45. उसे बोलते हैं age discrimination. Which one? What is the second discrimination? Disability discrimination. मतलब if you are not physically abled, you will not be. That's the reason government has to push these kind of reservations in the organization. हमने कई बार देखा होगा कि physically challenge के लिए washrooms different होते हैं, उनके लिए restrooms different होते हैं. The reason being very simple. Because today also, even if you say that India is very much educated country, but still there are some educated illiterate fellows who think that physically disabled people are less competent as compared to physically abled. मेरे ख्याल से they are not called physically disabled, they are called differently abled. Are you getting the point? कभी भी याद रखना, if the God has taken away some ability from you, He has already given you something extra, which is not there in others people. So that is called which discrimination? Disability. Next one is what? Equal pay. Next one is what? Pregnancy. अब तो आपको पता होगा इंडिया में maternity leave act भी है. So you will get the 26 weeks of leave if you are getting pregnant during your employment. So 26 weeks you will be given the paid leaves. So you don't have to worry about your payment and all. That is called what? Pregnancy. Next one is what? Race. Race is basically on your basis of your caste. And then which discrimination? Religion. Sex and what? Gender. Between male and female. These are the various examples which has been brought to the notice by the United States United States Equal Employment Opportunities Commission. Next one, what kind of other discriminations you will find? Health and safety in the workplace. अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ, suppose you are working in a factory of fireworks. Don't you think that the safety gears should be given to you? Correct है नहीं है? क्योंकि those people who work in the industries like cotton, fireworks या chemical industry में, they are more prone to contract the diseases like asthma, diseases like skin cancer. अब जब मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ, वाइजैक स्टील प्लांट में जब हमने इंटरनल ऑडिट किया था, सर उसके बॉयलर का जो टेम्परेचर होता है ना वो 1500 डिग्री सेल्सियस होता है, जिसके अंदर आयरन जाके मेल्ट होता है. एंड यू वोंट बिलीव देयर आर सम पीपल हु आर एग्जैक्टली वर्किंग जस्ट अ मीटर और 2 meters अवे फ्रॉम दैट बॉयलर. मतलब ऑलमोस्ट नहीं तो उनके नजदीक भी 100 to 150 डिग्री सेल्सियस का टेम्परेचर होता है. एंड तुम बिलीव नहीं करोगे, सबसे ज्यादा बिल वाइजैक स्टील प्लांट का वाटर बिल आता है, क्योंकि दोज पीपल हैव टू पुट अ बकेट ऑफ वाटर ऑन देमसेल्व्स आफ्टर एवरी 2 minutes. वो पूरा बकेट डालते हैं अपने ऊपर एंड विद इन 2 minutes द होल बॉडी विल बिकम ड्राई अगेन. इतना ज्यादा टेम्परेचर होता है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली बीइंग द लेबरर्स, बीइंग द नीड ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, दे हैव टू वर्क नियर द व्हाट बॉयलर्स, क्योंकि वहां से जो आयरन निकलता है उसको एग्जैक्टली अगर विद इन 10-15 seconds विल नॉट बी गिवन अ शेप, देन दैट आयरन हैज टू बी रीमेल्टेड अगेन, क्योंकि आयरन जो कूल डाउन होता है उसका कूलिंग डाउन पीरियड इज ओनली 30 seconds. So within the next 15 seconds, you have to make sure that you have to give the shape to that iron. Whatever the either you are making nuts and bolts or you are making MS sheets or whatever you are making, तो आपको shape देना पड़ता है. Due to that reason, those people have to work. But उनको safety gears ही नहीं दिए जाते. By mistake, वो iron जो निकल रहा है गलती से तुम्हारे कहीं पे भी body part पे लग गया, तो मतलब think that कि that body part cannot be recovered again. It will be like melted. वो तुम टर्मिनेटर बन जाओगे. You will behave like a terminator. मतलब बहुत सारे एक्सीडेंट्स भी होते हैं. इसीलिए तो ये एक्ट्स आए थे, फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट, वर्क प्लेस एक्ट, वर्कमैन कॉम्पनसेशन एक्ट, पीएफ ग्रेचुटी. Why these acts are very stringent? Why they are very strong? Because of this only. Health and safety issues in what? Workplace. अब मान लो प्रेग्नेंट लेडी है, उसने डिलीवर किया बेबी को. अब ऑब्वियसली आफ्टर 26 वीक्स तो यू हैव टू रीजॉइन द वर्क अगेन. अब कंपनी आपको फुल ईयर तो नहीं देगी, but at that point of time the baby is under the process of getting in the process of growing. During that time crèche services have now been made compulsory in the factories, where you can leave your baby. A small playing ground has to be there in the factory. Are you getting the point? Proper washing facility honi chahiye, proper safety measures honi chahiye, safety gears should be given, there should be given special mask during which the chemical should not go inside and they should not inhale that. All that comes under which one? Health and safety in the workplace, right? Next one is what? Fall protection. तुमने कई बार देखा होगा machineries and all के पास में you will see the fencing around the machinery. What is the reason? So that fencing should be more than 1.5 times of your arm's length. कि even if you try to put the hand inside, you should not be able to touch that what? Machinery. क्योंकि अगर एक बार एक्सीडेंट हुआ, you will be able not to save your limbs and legs and arms. So you will definitely become disabled. Next point is what? Hazard communication. Classifying what? आपको ये बताया जाना, you should be educated enough in a laborer side कि they should be told कि how much meters of distance you should have from this particular chemical. जैसे acids होते हैं, right? And so many acids are there कि even if you will go near to them, their fumes may bring you into the another sense. Toxic होते हैं. That is called hazard communication. What is next one? Scaffolding. Required assistance, resistance and maximum weight numbers. आपका किसी particular, जैसे आपने देखा होगा in big iron and steel industries, their machines are being installed on the levels and उसके लिए temporary stairs बनाए जाते हैं. और मतलब एक temporary stair cannot take more than 120 weights. तो two people are not allowed to board the stair at one point of time. Otherwise the accident may happen. तो उसे हम लोग बोलते हैं scaffolding. Next one, respiratory protection. What do you mean by that? Emergency procedures and respiratory filter equipment standards. मतलब वो masks and all those things. Next one, lockouts and tagouts, controlling hazardous energy such as oil and gas. तुम्हें पता होगा ये जो फार्मा कंपनीज में जो illegal और obnoxious smells होती हैं. I don't know how many of you have used the MMTS. कोई यूज करता है MMTS? आप फतेहनगर जाते हो कभी? फतेहनगर साइड, अगर आप जब फतेहनगर क्रॉस करते हो ना, वहां पे बहुत सारी प्लास्टिक की फैक्ट्रीज हैं. Are you getting now? Because I used it for 4 years, that MMTS. When I was during my articleship, I used to take it from High Tech City to this Sanjeeva Reddy Park near James Street. तो उसके थ्रू भरतनगर, फतेहनगर, these two places came ना, there are pollution related areas. There are lot of pollution. जैसे आप क्रॉस करते हो ना, you will start getting a smell. And if you see also na, there will be a green color or blue color liquid flowing into their nalas and all those things. This is nothing but called pollution only. That is called which pollution? Water pollution. I don't know about the people, but people who might be staying over there might be having the disease relating to such kind of hazardous chemicals. That is called lockouts and tagouts. Next one, powered industrial trucks. Safety requirements for what? Fire trucks. You know that their suits are specially made to consume the temperature of 250 degrees Celsius. Next one is ladders. Standard for how much weight a ladder can sustain. Just now I told you. Next one, electric wiring methods. Procedures for how to circuit to reduce the electromagnetic interference, machine guarding, just now I told you fencing around the machine. And next one, electrical general requirements means not placing the conductors or equipments in the damp location. Otherwise, it may contract what? Fire. These all comes under the which mayors? Health and safety mayors at what? Workplace. Right or not? Next one, however, health and safety concerns should not be limited to physical harm. In a 2019 report conducted by International Labour Organization, an emphasis was placed on the rise of psychological risk and work-related stress and mental health concern. Factors such as job insecurity, high demands, effort-reward imbalance, and low autonomy were found to contribute to health-related behavior. They are saying that we should not only attach the health and safety measures with, meeting with the accident. These are psychological problems now nowadays. जैसे मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ, जैसे अच्छा, what do you think that if you are working in a factory like Vizag steel plant where you have to daily bear 100 to 150 degrees Celsius of what temperature, you should be rewarded more or less, but they are rewarded what? Less. उसे हम लोग ये बोलते हैं, see this point? What is the word written? Effort reward what? Imbalance. तो कई बार पता क्या होता है, they are nowadays researchers are saying that कि laborers are not dying because of physical accidents and all, they're dying because of the mental health, क्योंकि they are uneducated, illiterate, and though they don't have any other opportunity. Let's say for example, if today my teaching profession goes zero, I still have 100 more options. I can go into stock market, right or not, or I can have my own practice जो already है, I can concentrate more on my practice. I can do anything. But उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होता. They don't have an option. अब तुम एक जैसे एरिया है बल्लारी, बल्लारी पे वहां पे सिर्फ माइनिंग ही होती है. अब just because you don't like mining, but it means you have to shift your base from that particular city to what? Another city, and which is impossible for them. So sometimes by force you need to do the work. So it's not the physical health which is getting deteriorating over. It is also about what? Mental health, which they are facing a lot in these areas, right? And it is issued by ILO. याद कर लो. What is ILO? International Labour Organization. Next one is whistleblowing and what? Social media rants. The widespread nature of the social media has made employees conduct online a factor in their employment status. The question of the ethics of firing and punishing employees for their online posts is complicated. However, the line is usually drawn when an employee's online behavior is considered to be disloyal to their employee. This means that Facebook post complaining about the work is not punishable on its own, but can be punishable if it does something to reduce what? Business. In the same vein, business owners must be able to respect and not penalize the employees who are deemed whistleblowers to either regulatory authorities or social media. This means that employees should be encouraged and cannot be penalized for raising the awareness of workplace violations online. For example, a Yelp employee published an article on blogging website Medium outlining what she claimed as an awful working condition she was experienced at the online review company. ये same example मैं तुम्हें बायजूस में बता सकता हूँ. I've worked with the Unacademy for 3 years. I should not say it public, but let me tell you one thing. Those 3 years, they were the highest paying years for me. मेरे को average नहीं तो per hour मेरे को 7,000 to 8,000 rupees per hour मिलता था. और daily मैं 4 to 5 hours पढ़ाता था. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या थी कि मनी वाइज दे वर गुड, बट साइकोलॉजिकली दे प्रेशराइज यू अलॉट. जैसे यहाँ पे तो चलो 10-15 मिनट लेट भी हो गए तो चलता, वहां पे अगर हम लोग 5 मिनट लेट होते थे ना लॉग इन करने में, तो उस टाइम पे क्या होता था कि आपका 20% डिडक्ट हो जाता पर आवर ड्यूरिंग दैट सेशन. आई एम नॉट सेइंग फॉर 1 आवर, द टोटल सेशन ऑफ 2 आवर्स में 20% डिडक्शन, मतलब इंस्टेड ऑफ 7,000 आई विल बी ओनली गेटिंग 5,600 पर आवर. रूल नंबर 1. रूल नंबर 2, वो आपको बहुत सारा प्रेशराइज करते हैं. ऐसे बायजूस में होता है. बायजूस में क्या, पहले आपसे 5-10 days they will be speaking very softly with you. They will put the parents into the control and they will take the 50% of the fees online. अब when the student is not liking it, they have every right to say that. अच्छा मान लो अगर if you today don't like my classes, you have every right to tell to the Murli sir to replace me or not. But that option is not there. उन्हें बोल रहे हैं, and what are the example, what are the answers they are giving? Being online education company, we can't provide you the faculties like face to face. This is the reason today Unacademy and Byju's are on the edge of bankruptcy. क्योंकि क्या हुआ, they thought that कि COVID is permanent और people has to shift from offline to what? आज भी अगर आप सर्वे करो ना, 80% of the student would like to take the classes what? Face to face. क्योंकि ऑनलाइन क्लासेस इज नथिंग बट अ रूट कॉज ऑफ सो मेनी फिजिकल हेल्थ ऑल्सो. आप ओबीज हो जाते हो, ठीक है ना, आप ओबीज हो, आप लेजी हो जाते हो, और सबसे बड़ी बात, यू लूज द इंटरेस्ट. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? यू लूज द इंटरेस्ट. इसीलिए मैं कभी खुद से रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं करता, मैं लाइव क्लासेस को रिकॉर्डिंग करता हूं कि इवन इफ समवन इज गोइंग टू बाय माय क्लासेस, ही और शी शुड नॉट फील लाइक कि शी इज ओनली वॉचिंग मी ऑन द टेलीविजन और वॉचिंग मी ऑन द कंप्यूटर इटसेल्फ ओनली. उसको ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि आई एम टॉकिंग टू पीपल अलाइव. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? तो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग इज मिसिंग. मैंने किया ना सर, यू वोंट बिलीव, आई वेंट अंडर द साइकोलॉजिकल डिप्रेशन. तो मनी इज नॉट एवरीथिंग. पैसा आ रहा था, अच्छा खासा आ रहा था, बट उसमें ऐसा लग रहा था कि एक कंप्यूटर मेरे सामने ओपन है, मैं बोलते जा रहा हूं, बोलते जा रहा हूं 6 घंटे, एंड आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी एनीवन. एवरीवन इज एबल टू सी मी, बट मेरे को फीलिंग ही नहीं आ रही पढ़ाने की. वो 100% एफिशिएंसी अंदर से आती ही नहीं है. यू डोंट फील लाइक यू आर टीचिंग देम, यू आर फीलिंग यू आर टॉकिंग टू अ वॉल. फिर बाद में आके 10 मिनट के बाद एक मैसेज आता था, हाँ सर वी गॉट इट. तब जाके रियलाइजेशन होती थी कि व्हाट आई स्पोक इन द लास्ट 1 आवर इज गॉन इनसाइड देयर हेड. तो वो ना फीलिंग नहीं आती थी. देन ओनली वॉलंटरली आई ओनली रिजाइन एंड सेड दैट कि बॉस, it is not going to work like this. And during that time I found so many difficulties. Back pain started coming during that time, because not only Unacademy, I was taking Laksha classes also, I was taking other institute classes also. Due to that, 12 to 14 hours sitting on a chair and doing the classes online, eye stress, brain के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा stress होता रहा. Then completely cut off. क्योंकि क्या रहता, it's not point, there's no point of earning that money which you have to spend on your health. तो इधर से पैसा आ रहा है, इधर से स्पेंड हो रहा है, what's the use? You are becoming a channel of earning as well as what? Spending. Earn करो तो सेव भी तो होना चाहिए. During that time only, during 2020 to 2023, I found out my spine got bent little bit. उसके कारण बहुत सारे इश्यूज आते हैं. इसीलिए I was not feeling comfortable during sitting on that chair as well. मेरे को बहुत डिस्कम्फर्ट हो रहा. So ये सारी, obviously age is also coming, and at the same point of time the things are not good. तो ये सारी, ये वाला पूरा स्कैम जो लिखा हुआ ना नीचे, same scam has happened in the Byju's. अब 50% of the money they have recovered in the first 10 days. For the remaining 50%, if you are not willing to pay na, they will send rowdy people at your home, because your address is there na. So they will send the recovery agents. That kind of level they have gone down to. They are sending recovery agents to your places to recover the money, and they are behaving like a shit. बहुत ही मतलब rowdy behavior they are showing. This is the reason so many people have made the complaint. To whom? To the police against Byju's. Byju's हो गया, Unacademy हो गया. These are the various market players who thought that everything is going to be what? Online. But they were wrong. Now people are more interested in sitting in what? Offline. आप लोगों को भी ऑफलाइन ज्यादा बेटर लगता होगा सर. आना, 40 लोगों का फेस देखना, थोड़ा एक एनर्जी आता है लाइफ में. वो घर में वही, और लैपटॉप में जब ऑनलाइन क्लास चलती है, व्हेन यू आर नॉट फीलिंग लाइक ना, यू विल म्यूट योरसेल्फ. तो मस्त खराटे मारते रहो. यू डूइंग द स्नोरिंग, यू विल म्यूट योर कैमरा एज वेल. कैमरा को भी ऑफ कर दो, आराम से ऐसा लैपटॉप के सामने बैठ जाओ, जितनी मस्ती करनी करो. तो वो फीलिंग भी नहीं आती पढ़ने की. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? These are the various pros and cons of workplace. Next one, ethics in which practices? Accounting. Any organization must maintain accurate bookkeeping. Cooking the books and other conducting unethical activities is a serious concern for what organization, especially public traded companies. An infamous example of this was 2001 scandal with American on. ये सारे scams हमने पढ़े हुए हैं. I think I made you write the list as well. Wells Fargo, Enron, Xerox Corp, ZZZZ, 4Z कंपनी, ये पूरे स्कैम्स उन्हीं की दोबारा से दिया हुआ है. और दिस एक्ट ऑल्सो आई टोल्ड यू, Sarbanes-Oxley एक्ट. इन शॉर्ट वी कॉल इट एज व्हाट? सॉक्स एक्ट. तो वी कैन स्किप दैट पार्ट, क्योंकि हमने ये ऑलरेडी फाइनेंशियल स्कैम्स के बारे में इन द प्रीवियस चैप्टर वी हैव रेड. नॉन डिस्क्लोजर एंड कॉर्पोरेट एस्पिनेज, ये क्या होता है? What do you mean by corporate espionage? हाँ, यस, इसे बोलते हैं हम लोग लीकिंग ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन. जैसे से फॉर एग्जांपल पेप्सी एंड कोका कोला, यू नो दैट दे आर द biggest rivals of each other. तो अगर पेप्सी का MD is leaving the company and joining what? Coca-Cola. So what do you expect from him? As a professional, what is expected from him is you are ethical enough to maintain what? Confidence. Do you remember we have discussed a lot about confidentiality? It doesn't matter whether you are a present auditor or you are a past auditor. You always shall maintain the confidentiality on your client. Only under two circumstances you can open up your mouth. Please tell me. Either the prior permission of the client or there is a question of law. So that is the same thing expected from the employees as well. आप एक एम्प्लॉयर को छोड़ के जब दूसरे एम्प्लॉयर के पास जाते हो, मेक श्योर दैट यू शुड नॉट बार्क अननेसेसरली. You should not say bad words about your what? Previous employer. And let me tell you one thing, this is a big negative for your current employment as well. क्योंकि he will make an impression कि tomorrow if someone will give you the better opportunity, when you will leave my company, you will tell my secrets to what? That company. Are you getting now? अब देखो सर, पेप्सी वाला बंदा मैक्सिमम कोका कोला कंपनी में ही जाएगा. अब पेप्सी वाला कंपनी डॉक्टर रेड्डीज लेबोरेटरी में थोड़ा जाएगा, क्योंकि यू कांट चेंज द इंडस्ट्री बिकॉज यू बिकेम एक्सपर्ट इन वन. तो जब इंडस्ट्री टू इंडस्ट्री यू कांट चेंज, यू शिफ्ट फ्रॉम कंपनी टू कंपनी. अब जैसे सपोज यू हैव अ 30 years of experience in एयरटेल. आफ्टर लिविंग एयरटेल व्हाट इज द बेस्ट चॉइस? जियो. आप उसमें ही जाओगे ना. अब एंड यू नो दैट दे बोथ आर व्हाट? Competitors to each other. So it is very much expect. And you know the current employer will be more happy by not knowing the leaked service from your mouth, because you are earning his loyalty by not telling bad about your which employer? Previous employer. उसे हम लोग बोलते हैं corporate espionage. Now see, many employees are at the risk of current and former employees stealing the information, including the which data? Client data, by the organization in direct competition with what? Company. When the intellectual property right is stolen, what is intellectual property right? Your patents, copyrights, trademarks. अब मान लो मैं डॉक्टर रेड्डीज लेबोरेटरी में काम करता हूँ. आई एम R&D मैनेजर ओवर देयर. मेरे को पता है कि कोविड-19 मेडिसिन कैसे बनती है. मैंने वो कंपनी छोड़ दी, मैंने ज्वाइन कर ली रेनबैक्सी लेबोरेटरीज. वहां पे जाके मैंने उनको 500 crores में ये फॉर्मूला बेच दिया. बट वॉज इट माई फॉर्मूला और वॉज इट समबडीज प्रॉपर्टी? उसे बोलते हैं हम लोग when the intellectual property is what? Stolen. Or a private client information is illegally what? Distributed. This constitutes corporate espionage. Companies may put in place mandatory non-disclosure agreements and stipulating strict financial penalties in case of what? Violations to discourage these kind of what? जब आप एक लेवल पे पहुंचते हो ना, डायरेक्टर्स लेवल हो गया, MD लेवल, तो आपके साथ एक NCD किया जाता है, NDC, non-disclosure contract. कि whatever you have learned here, whatever you have earned here, and whatever you got here, it should not be gone outside. The moment we'll come to know कि anybody else knows our information, we will put you into the jail, irrespective of the fact whether you said it or not. तो आजकल बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी, जैसे मेरे साथ भी हुआ था सेबी में. अब सेबी में मेरी जॉब प्रोफाइल पता क्या थी? एडजुडिकेटिंग ऑफिसर का असिस्टेंट. यू नो व्हाट डू मीन बाय एडजुडिकेटिंग ऑफिसर? Those who read the insider tradings. Up insider trading is a private affair. It's a very secretive action. You don't make it public unless proof is being found, like a raid. If you go empty-handed raid, na, you may end up paying 10 times fine to the person whom you have raided. You know that? अगर आपको रेड के अंदर कुछ नहीं मिला, because you are spoiling that person's reputation by doing a raid. इसलिए रेड में they never alarm the people. They simply come in a normal cars, they enter your house and raid it. After detecting the fraud from your house, then they alarm the people कि yes, raid has happened. क्योंकि अगर आपको रेड में कुछ नहीं मिला ना, you will end up paying the compensation to the party you have raided. तो vice versa action हो जाता, क्योंकि you can file the defamation case. That is a case of spoiling my reputation. Are you getting the point? So these are the various called NCDs. Next one. Technology and privacy practices under the same umbrella A non-disclosure agreements, the developments in the technological security pose privacy concerns for clients and employees alike. Employees now can monitor employee activity on their computers and other company provided devices. While electronic surveillance is meant to ensure efficiency and productivity, it often comes dangerously close to what? Private violations. अभी आपने देखा होगा अगर आप बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में जाओगे ना जैसे Oracle और IBM, क्योंकि my brother is a director in Oracle, so he told me what do they do is they have a surveillance on every employee's computer. If any employee is trying to use any other website other than authorized by the organizations, immediately computer block हो जाता है and they will get the IP address. Their emails only will work to those mails which has been authorized to you. अगर आप अपने डेस्कटॉप से मेरे को ईमेल करोगे ना, that email will be called sending failure. And more than once or twice if you'll do that, automatically your computer will be jammed. By which department? IT security risk department. Are you getting the point? Because technology has grown to that extent that by sitting in their office only they will come to know that are you leaking our confidential information or not. That is called what? Technology and privacy practices. In 2019 survey conducted by American Management Institution, 66% of the organizations were found to monitor what? Internet connection. That is what I'm telling you. And next one, with 45% what? Tracking the content and keystrokes and time spent on the keyboard, and 43% storing and reviewing computer files as well as monitoring employee emails. The key to ethically using technologically surveillance is what? Transparency. देखो क्या होता है? You know your employee, but you never know the person. You can't guarantee someone's honesty. सिंपल सी बात है. आज मान लो मेरे को यहाँ पे एक एक्स अमाउंट मिल रहा है फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर बैच. अब मान लो कोई मेरे को 2x देने को रेडी है, तो पैसा तो सबसे बड़ी पावर है ना सर. तो मैं क्या करूंगा? विल आई कंटिन्यू, विल आई डिसकंटिन्यू? यू कांट बाय समवन्स ऑनेस्टी. तो इफ यू विल गिव द अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट एक्सेस टू योर एम्प्लॉइज, they can do whatever you want, and you will end up seeing that after 1 year your company's secret information has been completely what? Leaked. That is why it is being allowed that कि in the big companies you are not allowed to use the internet. आप ऑफिस वहां पे एक्चुअली सिग्नल जैमर्स भी होते हैं, मालूम है? सेबी में हम लोग जब जाते थे ना तो क्या करते थे, हमारा फोन हमारी पॉकेट में होता था, लेकिन व्हेन वी टेक आउट आवर फोन ना, देयर इज नो इंटरनेट सिग्नल, ना इंटरनेट सिग्नल ना कॉल सिग्नल. व्हाट इज द रीजन? सो दैट वी शुड नॉट पास एनी कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन टू होम आउटसाइड. उसके 10 बिल्डिंग के बाद 100 मीटर्स दूर जाने के बाद हमारा सिग्नल आता. रीजन वाज वेरी सिंपल, नॉट टू अलाउ द कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन टू गो आउटसाइड. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, ethical issues in what? Business. Avoiding ethical issues in business always starts with the what? Top management. Providing written policies and procedures that ensure those policies are both acknowledged and adhered to and can ensure transparency. To effectively detect and most importantly, deter ethical issues in business forms surfacing in a organization, several everyday efforts take. Be sure to communicate and enforce a robust code of ethics when making the decision and ask the same of the what? Employees. Remain aware of the discrimination laws and that exist in the region. Stay informed on the rules that impute the story and ensure the organization is acting in compliance with those regulations. They are simply saying that if you want to make your business ethical in nature, make sure that top level management should be involved in that. Because every junior always looks up his what? Senior. If the senior is giving you the unethical examples, you will definitely become what? Unethical. So it is a leadership skills which they have to show. They should know all the labor laws. They should know all the, infringement laws. They should have every knowledge if you want to bring down. Dekho, ethics you can't, unethical activities you can't eliminate. But at least you can what? Reduce it. Same like helmet. Helmet can't eliminate the chances of your death, but it can reduce the chances of your death. That is what is known as ethical issues in business. ठीक है? I think your exam is at 11:30. कौन सा एग्जाम है? लॉ में क्या टॉपिक है? मैडम आपके नोट्स कहाँ गए? वो आपके नोट्स लेके आए, आप ले लो मेरे से, ठीक है? तो लॉ का क्या टॉपिक है एग्जाम है? सेबी का, सेबी 1992 पूरा या गाइडलाइंस, सम पार्ट ऑफ द एफपीओ आईपीओ, इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग का एग्जाम है। चलो ठीक है, अपन रिमेनिंग अभी अपन मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट व्हाट, ट्यूसडे को, ठीक है। तो वी विल कंटिन्यू दिस टॉपिक एंड विल वाइंड अप, एंड मेरे ख्याल से अनदर 1 hour इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर कंप्लीटिंग दिस टॉपिक, एंड आफ्टर दैट विल बी एंटरिंग इनटू द एंटी मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. So you put together your 10 marks of portion will be over. Then again we'll come back to the management audit and then reporting issues in the management audit. उसके लास्ट में जाके अपन प्रैक्टिकल्स वगैरह चेक करेंगे, क्योंकि देर आर सम 4 to 5 more theory chapters which are waiting for you. ठीक है, उसके बाद जाके we'll do all the practicals at one go. ठीक है, चलो see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Day after tomorrow मिलते हैं.